All right, guys, happy 2024. And if you guys are enjoying the channel, please subscribe. The channel is all about helping men get better in all aspects of life. So, fitness, cardio, strength, physique, morally, all the things. That's what it's about. So, if you like the content so far and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate that big time. But this video is about my top five exercises, bicep exercises specifically, to get the most bicep growth possible. So this has been a huge focus for me over the past few months. I've really put a lot of time into growing my arms, specifically my biceps. So I've been doing a lot more isolation movements, a lot more accessories, stuff like that. Really taking more of a physique-oriented approach with my accessory work. Yes, I'm still lifting heavy, specifically on deadlift and bench, and I'm doing leg accessories in the form of unilateral training. But there's just a lot more machine-based movements, isolation, bodybuilding type work that I'm doing because I'm trying to build my physique at the same time as getting stronger and getting faster. I'm still running quite a bit, running 6 days a week. So that's for another video. I've talked about that before, training for the 100-miler coming up. But point of this video, my top 5 favorite bicep exercises, the ones that I think offer the best growth. And I'm not going to waste any time. We'll get right into it. Number 5. So I'm going to kind of go in the inverse direction. Number 5, I'm going to go with incline dumbbell alternating curls. So this is where you're sitting on an incline bench roughly at 45, 30 degrees, somewhere in that range. You kind of feel it out. Some people find that if the incline is too far back, it's tougher on the shoulders. So 30 to 45 degrees. And I'm just going to alternate each side as far as dumbbell curls. And this one I have found offers a pretty good amount of growth on the biceps. This is one of the ones I really feel. Take the time to kind of squeeze the rep at the top of each rep, just really focus on the squeeze. And this is one of my favorites that I often program in for a lot of my guys. That would be my number 5. Number 4, I'm going to go with cable curls, leaning back on the seated row machine. So most gyms have like a seated cable row setup, and we've got one of those at our gym. And what you do is you just kind of plant your feet against the seated row platform, and you can bend your knees a little bit if the cable won't extend out all the way. And you're just going to lean back. You're going to almost lay on the floor, and you're going to curl the weight with a straight bar on cable curls. And this one is another one I've liked over the years where if you really focus on the squeeze, you're going to get tremendous growth on this one as well. So this is one of the ones I like to throw on occasion as well. This would probably be my 4th favorite bicep exercise. I will say maybe I would swap this out for the preacher curl machine if we had one. My gym, we do not have a preacher curl machine, but if you have a preacher curl machine, I really like that as well. So that would be number 4. Number 3, I'm going to go with the V handle, specifically cable curls. So just straight up the V handle cable curls, what I find is it allows me to get a closer grip to where I just can really keep my elbows pinned in tight and focus on that contraction. And it's a slightly different angle because my wrists are turned not quite to a neutral position, but a 45-degree position, and I can really just squeeze the heck out of those at the top. And this is one that has blown my arms up. I love doing these for sets of 20. So I'll do these any rep range. I've gone heavy on them, upwards of 5 reps. I've pushed it as heavy as possible, but doing these for 20, like 5 sets of 20, will blow your arms up. You can ask some of my guys that I train. Tremendous arm growth from this one as well. I'm sure they'll chime in the comments. But that is my 3rd favorite bicep exercise as far as growth is concerned. Number 2. So this is going to go kind of against what I said about a month or two ago. I was saying my best top 3 exercises for hypertrophy. And I said alternating dumbbell curls, number 1, best bicep exercise. I'm actually going to swap them out into the number 2 spot. So I still love them. I still think they're a tremendous bicep exercise. And I literally just switch. I'll go down into a neutral position, and I'll come back up in the supinated position. And I love doing these as well for 20 reps per side, 15 reps per side, sets of 5. 5 total sets. This one has been one of my go-tos as far as there's less likelihood for shoulder involvement. There's better bicep isolation because you're doing one side at a time. This one has put a ton of size on my arms as well. I'm a huge fan of alternating dumbbell curls as my number 2 exercise. And then my number 1 bicep exercise, I have to go with straight bar barbell curls. This one, when I really look at it and look at what gets the best pump, what has added the most size? Straight bar barbell curls specifically, even over the easy bar, they just recruit the most muscle fibers. There are studies done where you can look into this where straight bar barbell curls had the best literal muscle activation and growth. And I think based on what I've seen in my own anecdotal evidence in training, there's a tremendous upside to involving these. So some of you guys may have wrist issues, and I would say just do wrist wraps, throw them on when they get heavy enough, and then even throw a belt on when they get heavy enough, because there is some likelihood to be, there's likely to be some degree of cheating. And I will cheat on these to a degree. I don't try to swing my whole back into them, but once it gets heavier, I want to push the reps a little bit. There will be some back involvement, and that's one of those things that I think goes with the territory if you want to push these, because I do find that pushing them as heavy as possible results in the best growth. So I vary up all this stuff. There are times I go lighter with higher reps, say sets of 20. There are times I go a lot heavier. But I find if you want the optimal bicep growth, you have to go heavy to some degree. You cannot shy away from the heavy weights. So you have to do a mix of volume, and I do 2 days per week is how I train biceps. 2 days per week. I'll do anywhere from 5 to 8 sets total. And the rep ranges, like I said, they can vary. And just constantly mixing up the exercises, mixing up the rep ranges, and just hammering them with that volume has been what I have seen the most growth with. And when I add in creatine, it's even crazier, because obviously creatine shuttles water into the muscles. There's an increase in ATP. The actual size of the muscle goes up a little bit. You have more muscular endurance. So with creatine, it's like a double whammy as far as the growth. But this is the approach. These are the exercises I use to build my biceps, and that's been a huge focal point for the last few months, 3-4 months, and it's going to continue into 2024. That's going to be one of the things I'm going to work on, is just building my arms as big as possible. Now, I plan to make a ton more videos that will help you guys become better men. That's really what this channel is. I've talked about that, so subscribe if you like it. Now, would you guys like to see me do some commentary videos on certain subjects? If you guys could throw subject ideas out there, like if there's a video that someone's made that you want me to comment on, I wouldn't mind doing some of that stuff where I give my feedback on someone else's video, I listen to it and that sort of thing. I just don't know what the interest would be in that, but that might allow us to cover more topics. And I don't necessarily want to bash anybody or be super critical of anyone, but I wouldn't mind chiming in with my own thoughts on things if you guys deem that something you would want to see. Appreciate you all watching. I hope you all have a great 2024. I'm still lifting hard. I'm still running. I'm about 202 pounds body weight, pushing the running, the lifting, all the things, trying to be super well-rounded. I touched on my goals in the last video if you guys want to check that out. The goals are a 683 deadlift at 210 pounds body weight, or no higher than that. A 353-pound bench, no higher than 210 pounds body weight. Finishing the Bighorn 100. This is the shirt I made with Barbell Apparel in under 25 hours. And then reading through the whole Bible. So those are my goals. Comment with your goals as well. Comment what you think about those other video ideas. Comment if you like the video. And I just appreciate that all the feedback and all the interaction. And I'm going to keep it coming for you guys in 2024. Thank you so much.